What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 3 of the Universim pre 1.0. As we established, the competition is still going on. The winner will be announced in Episode 4. Today is the 25th of December, so that's Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, depending on which you celebrate. Going into the game now, I believe we need to look at building some stone camps. So go over to resource management, have a look at where we can get one of these mines. The area I started in is a bit cluttered. I didn't think it through, and there aren't many spaces for things like this, though you wouldn't be building them there anyway. But for the law enforcement and things like that, I don't have any room whatsoever. That is a nice bucket there of stone, so if we can get them working on that, that would be good. 2,000 stone is 2,000 bricks, so when we can get to that, they will. And then obviously I need to look at other resources. So gas, iron, as you can see, and then the farms, which we've already got plenty of. The cement factory and the glass factory are also available, or the glass factory, sorry, not the cement factory. So we'll get the glass factory in straight away. And then we'll get some gas mines in as well. Again, learning from our last season, I want to get these buildings working before I need them so that I don't have to wait for them. That is my plan, whether it'll work or not, because of course you need a certain amount, and every upgrade requires more, and that's where it gets a bit complicated, is when you start doing the upgrades, because unless I go through and do all the math on all the buildings I've got, I won't know how much I need, so we'll see how it goes. And now we'll look at getting some schools in to get our yellow points up. There are quite a few items locked behind those that are critical, and the schools only give half, so 0.5 per school. What I have noticed is they don't actually have to be running for whatever reason. You're going to get drowned out there by the fireworks. They don't have to be running per se, but they do have to be built. So I'm going to try and get 3 or 4 of those down, only because they only hold a maximum of 4. And I want to get my nuggets educated ASAP, because we are moving pretty fast in terms of the research as well. And before long, the buildings will require educated nuggets and not normal nuggets, and then we'll have a serious problem with production. You can see there I've just got one person working in the gas mine there, just to keep it ticking over until we actually start needing it, and then we can increase that production. Now, I don't know if I'm going nuts. I'm looking around, as you can see. I can hear sleigh bells, right? I can hear Santa ho-ho-hoing. I'm not going mad. I can hear that. Please do tell me if you agree. I'm pretty sure I'm not that crazy. Can't see him though. I don't know what that means, if it means anything, if it's just an Easter egg, or if I was supposed to click on him to get loads of resources. I've got absolutely no idea. I can hear him, but I can't find him. And I looked for a while, but to no avail, unfortunately. And then eventually the sound just disappears and the game carries on as normal. And one step forward to what I originally stated was that with the Exiles, I'm going to try and trade where I can. I'm not necessarily going to be trading for stuff I need, because I don't know. Well, I don't actually need anything. You can hear that. He's definitely Santa, right? You can't mistake that noise for anything else. I don't know where he is or what he's doing, but anyway. So what I'm going to do here is make sure that we go for green, but after this I would just start giving them stuff for free, basically, just to keep them happy. The idea being is to keep them all as allies until I've got my army, and then we'll attack using the army of the game. The god powers can wipe them out quite easily, especially with how many creator points I'm getting so far with people being so happy. But I want to do it another way. I want to actually send in tanks and helicopters just to see what it looks like, because it sounds kind of fun. But last season, by the time I had got the tanks and helicopters, and actually the grenadiers or the bombardiers, I had already wiped out the Exiles and no more come back. So that was that. So this time we're definitely going to try that out. I'm going to keep them happy and friendly until then. And then as soon as I've got an army, I'm going to go and nuke them. Not literally, but yeah. Wipe them off the map. So we do have a Meteor Storm coming into the planet as an event. I'm not too worried because wherever it lands, I've got more than enough crater points to chuck down a shield. But as it stands, it doesn't look like, and no, it didn't actually come anywhere near my city, town, whatever you want to call it. So it does actually land further around on the planet. It does show you. If you give me a few seconds, I will show you. There you go, a nice easy target to tell you exactly where the meteor is going to land in 1 minute 20 seconds. And I'll just chuck up a barrier there just to show you how you would do it, but I don't need to. And that was actually quite cheap for how many points it had. It cost about 100 creator points. You can break them with a meteor shower, but it usually takes 2. I'm not aware that the meteor showers are any different, like stronger or weaker. I believe they're all the same. And if that's the case, it will need 2. Just unlocking another farm there. Top left-hand corner, you can see that everybody's not as happy as they could be. But it could be worse, right? It could be in the red. Also, I'm being annoyed by the messages that I'm getting. We will get to how to make that better a bit further on in the episode for those of you that don't already know. But I'm getting a lot of people dying, and it's just due to old age. I don't care if people die from old age, because that's nothing I've done wrong or nothing I can improve on. Only by researching can you increase the life expectancy of the nuggets, and that's not something we can do right now. Right, so just checking it in on my iron mine. That's up and running now. Again, one person just to keep it ticking over until I actually need the resources. But as you can see, I'm paying attention. We're getting a lot of cemeteries down. And that is for the reasons that I've mentioned previously, where you can... Well, where it allows the dead corpses to be picked up quicker. And therefore nobody rots, and therefore nobody gets ill from it. That is something that I usually fail on. I am trying to keep up with it. I do have a couple of people that go that way, but it's because they're on the other side of the world. Apparently, your nuggets will walk to the other side of the planet to get berries. I don't know. You have no control over that, so it is what it is. But yeah, they do. Our food's a little bit low at 98 at the minute, 59 prepared. We need to keep an eye on that. I do fix that quite nicely, though, by actually just skipping winters. So if we skip winters, we don't lose the fishing, we don't lose the farming, and we can keep getting the food in better. And it's just a quick solution until we have, cattle and the hunters up and running. And that's the oil jack now researched. That means we can get some oil coming in as well. So along oil and gas together, we're basically set up for progression into the modern era, allowing us to also get the vehicles and various other things. I'll get them down on plots that are reasonably high in resources, as you can see, but also making sure that the radius that you can see in the green circle doesn't overlap another one, so they are actually getting their own resources and they're not sharing resources. Although it would get your resources quicker, it wouldn't get you more resources. So I'd rather it tick slower and get more in terms of the amount. Right, so talking about the settings, you can actually go into the settings and you can see here that there are various different messages. Under the news is the one where you want to go for that. You can turn on and off how many notifications you get and what type of notifications they are, but specifically how many times it shows you if people die of old age, which I have just turned off. You can also turn on the nugget juice there. That's what the game calls the rotting corpses, and you can choose what colour the liquid is. I'm not going to turn it off because it is part of the game and I don't want to make it too easy, which is why I'm going down the road of building so many cemeteries. But all you have to do is apply, and from this point on, I no longer get spammed with messages I don't care about. I do, however, get a crash thing come up about the water, and all it means is that the pumps stop working. They stop collecting water. I don't know why. So I'll just restart the game, and that'll resolve that. As you can see, as the research progresses on, and I've actually stopped it just to catch up a little bit. A lot of the farms require upgrading as well. But this is the Tesla quest line, which is the quest line that gets you into the electricity. This is you have to build a battery and then find the parts for said battery. Once you've done that, you then unlock the ability to choose what type of energy you're going to go with. And what we're actually going to go with in this season is the kinetic energy, so the hamster wheels, and somebody did comment on that, and then to do combustion for 1.0, and I agree. Sounds like a good plan. So that's what we're going to go. I don't know how good the hamster wheels are at the time of placing them. I do now, and they're not great, just to pre-warn you. You can make them better, but you give your nuggets heart attacks because you have to make them run twice as quick. So I think little and more is how you're supposed to do that. And I do get to a point where I'm researching more. Obviously, the next stage is where you can choose solar panels or nuclear power. I think I'm going to go nuclear power there unless anybody has any other ideas. But I'd like to try all of the different variants. So nuclear power. I don't know what you use, though, because as far as I'm aware, there's no uranium. So I'm not sure what you're supposed to use to actually create nuclear power. But we'll find out when we get there. And again, unless anybody's got any other options, we will go with that one. Alright, so what I need to do is find the 3 parts of the battery that are missing. You can see them on that smoke there. It's actually black smoke, but it looks red because of the sunset. And then you just chuck them in like so. And once you've got all 3, you complete the quest, and it instantly builds your first battery of the game. Striking the battery with lightning. Loudness warning. Charges up the battery, so you don't actually need a power source. You can use your creative points if you've got enough. You only have to do it once, but I had to fill the battery just to be awkward, as always. And that now unlocks the ability to pick what type of electricity you want to move forward with, and the ability to actually build more batteries. And of course, learning from anything from wind and solar panels, you need a lot of batteries just in case. So wind energy, kinetic energy, and combustion energy. We are going to go kinetic energy again. Per the comment, we're going to do that, and then combustion we'll try out in 1.0. Nothing more to say there, really. We do need to build the kinetic generators, but we don't actually need the power for now. And there's a lot of other things that are required. Also, there's a firestorm coming in, as you can see on the alert. So let's see how bad that goes, because we don't really have any creator points at this minute in time. Okay, so we're in the thick of it. Firestorm, which means things are just going to start setting on fire left, right, and centre for no reason. 41 creator points, which is enough to put out 1 fire. We have no fire engines or firemen because, well, we haven't researched that yet. And there is the first fire, so there's the fire that I'll put out. Now we're up shit creek without a paddle, cause, well, actually that would be better because there's water there, but we ain't got none of that either. So now stuff's just going to start setting on fire and liable burning down. I may or may not have to, spoiler, squish people in the grinder to get me some points to put out some of these fires, because fire spreads quick. There is rain showing, and that is the rain that I put down, but I think there was some more as well. So I did get a little bit lucky with the rain. But as you can see, it's getting a bit over the top. And it's just going to continue to do so until this event ends. Things will continue to spontaneously combust. So, picking up an unfortunate nougat. He gets milled, or she, 135 points now, which is enough for 3. So there is 1, 2, and 3 fires put out, or more. But unfortunately, there still is one there raging, knocking down the buildings, but also spreading across that forest. And one in the background there as well. So I think we need to pick up 1 more nougat. And I don't know why I make it look so... Oh, it's because I didn't select the right creator power. That'd be why. Yeah, 1 more nougat and chuck them in for a field goal. Nailed it. And that gives us enough to now have 2 more, which can put that fire out and that fire out. And with that, the event is over. Not too much loss of life. I mean, we lost 2 due to me, but it would have been worse, I would expect. So that is how I got around that. Obviously, any other options or ideas are welcome. I'm not sure if I could have got the fire engines sooner than that, really. No, I don't think we could. So, other options, yeah. You don't know when the event's going to happen, right? So, it's difficult to keep charge of your points. But as you just saw there, my glass factory can't work at the minute because I don't have any educated nuggets. But you did see that I built the schools, and they are in the process. I think the closest is about 80%. So per the comment I made earlier, we've now unlocked the battery, so we'll get a nice little row down here. There's just, I don't know why, I like to keep them together. There's no reason not to, so I like to keep them together. So I'm making this area the battery area. Of course, we can't actually build them yet because they all require glass, and we can't make glass until we've got educated duplicants. No, nuggets. I keep doing that. So we'll need to wait for the schools to chuck out some educated nuggets. We'll chuck the educated nuggets into the glass works, and then that will slowly start trickling the glass over to the batteries to get them built. But like I say, we don't need the power, so there's no major rush, but that is certainly a plan of attack. And you can see there is a ring that goes around the students' nuggets to show you how close they are. When that ring is full, they are educated, and that is it. It must take a good 3 or 4 days. But yeah, I think getting them educated is important, so chucking down an additional school, and then more to follow after that for that purpose. Right, I did skip a little bit of time, probably about, I can't remember actually, is it 9 or 10 days? For your benefit, we're just seeing here, we've got another neighbour joining us, so that will be the 3rd exile now on our planet. So four people, including us. And we have made a bit of progress. You can see down the bottom now, I have got 12 glass and 101 gas. The glass obviously is an additional over the top of the batteries that have already been built. There are a lot of things that you can see that are showing that require upgrading. I don't have the nuggets to do that though. We are struggling for workers, labourers as they're actually known. And at the minute it will be very difficult. If I just told them to upgrade random stuff, nothing would ever get finished. So I need to do it in a pattern or an attack of some description. You can see there that nugget was out in the middle of the other side of the planet, almost near the exile camp, foraging for berries. Don't know why, but yeah, they do. So they'll go to the end of the earth to get food, which you can't blame them. But I mean, it is low actually. Our food is low, and this is where I started skipping all of the winters where I can. Just for that reason, just to keep the fish coming in until we can get the hunters up and running. Because the hunters are very difficult to micromanage. Because if you pick something like large prey and only 5 of them go, you lose people. And that's obviously not what we want. Little quest here to turn off the power for 10 minutes just to pray to the Lord or whatever they want to do.
The lights seem to
obviously
have
you
gone
can
out.
pick to turn it off for 10 minutes. No, it's 6.5 minutes.
Dark.
And you basically have no power for that amount of time, and you gain believers, or you do the opposite and you carry on but you lose 10 believers. I've done that. None of our buildings are actually using power at the minute. The houses are, but the buildings aren't, so nothing will actually happen really. Although I got that warning that you heard ticking, it's not going to actually do anything because none of the actual manufacturing buildings or collectors or anything like that are actually upgraded enough to use power as yet. Now at the stage where we've unlocked the Courier, which is actually quite a big step for us. It means we're going to have labourers that are locked in to doing that task. But they also will be able to carry more, and they're also faster. In order to build the Courier hut, there is a quest. And by placing the Courier hut down, you get 5 parcels. And with them parcels, you have to send them all using your telekinesis power to their mailboxes. And that just insta-builds the building if you do it in time. Which is not bad to say. It requires 15 iron and 10 glass, to be honest. That's quite expensive. it's half of our glass supply. So yeah, that's so all you have to do. The parcels are next to it there. You can see next to the building to the right hand corner, bottom right hand corner, sorry. And you just need to deliver them to the mailboxes. Now, I didn't know that, and you can see you've got a circle around the mailboxes. I thought you had to pick up the mailboxes, but you do not. You deliver the packages from where you place the building to the mailboxes. And another new neighbour popped up. So I think that, I thought I said the third before, but it can't be. This must be the third. So that one we had previously must have been the second. They do build very close to each other. I'm not sure if that's a problem or a good thing for us. We'll have to find out. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm just going to chuck them some herbs because we seem to get too many herbs all the time. Anyway, so I'll just chuck them some herbs, and that will put the cooldown on the trading for 25 minutes, but it will increase their mood with us. And if we can keep everybody happy, it means they won't attack us. And then we can attack them when we're ready for it. More schools. More and more and more schools. As I said, to get them yellow points in to allow us to do that, but also to get people educated ASAP because we need them drastically. All of the buildings we're upgrading now are actually requiring educated nuggets, not the labourer type, so that will become a problem for us very soon, and that includes the engineers' huts, which will basically make our building fall down. So that is what I'm running to at the minute. That is what I'm rushing for. You can see all 4 of our farms are under upgrades finally there. Finally got the resources delivered due to lack of people or lack of nuggets. But I am going to end the episode here. So this is where we're going to end for today. I hope you've all had a fantastic day with your families, friends, etc. Once again, happy Christmas or happy holidays, depending on your location or beliefs. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Goodbye.